My first CrossFit workout was a workout named Cindy. Now, if you're unfamiliar with CrossFit, we have benchmark workouts, and these benchmark workouts typically have some sort of name. So Cindy, Diane, like those sort of things. So Cindy is 20 minutes of pull-ups, push-ups, and bodyweight squats. At the time, I was training in kettlebell. I was doing high intensity stuff. I was also doing corrective exercise. And so I thought, bodyweight stuff, right up my alley. I'm 6'1", but hey, I like bodyweight stuff. And it's 20 minutes. It's not an over long workout. It's not a super fast workout. I'm gonna do it strict because I ain't kipping. I'm not a fan of kipping at that time. And so what I realized is about 10 minutes into the workout, as I was lying on my back, staring up at the ceiling, trying not to throw up, I decided this is something that I could kind of get behind because, I come from competitive background in sports and martial arts, and so it was sort of right in my alley. Was I intimidated to start? I wasn't. I think the only part that I had to get over is because I had done this type of thing for several years prior to this as a profession. I had to get over my own ego, and that's something I still struggle with to this day, because I don't think anybody likes not being good at something, but I think being prepared to look like an idiot is not a bad thing to be, because that's something that you can leverage and get better at. This is probably one of the more common, if I was going to put together a list of common questions, this is probably one of the more common ones that we get. It's like, hey, I gotta get into shape before I can start working with you guys. And I think people come from this perspective from, hey, I've seen CrossFit, but I've seen the CrossFit Games, and so that's like the 0.01% of the world. That's the difference between people playing in the NFL versus people playing Pee Wee football. Like, for the record, we're kind of playing Pee Wee football here, and that's fine because it's just full of people that are trying to get better. But advice, I don't know that I would worry too much about being too out of shape. If you consider the fact that this is what we do, and we can help you avoid common traps and misconceptions and pitfalls and all these, you can find all kinds of information on the internet, of course, and most of it is trash, and it's hard to tell the trash from the stuff that will actually help you in some way. And so that's what we're here for, is we're here to help you navigate those sort of things. So you don't have to get in shape for it. You don't fix your car and then go to the mechanic and say, hey, my car was broken, but can you fix it more? It would make more sense to me to, hey, I don't know anything about cars. I'm going to take it to this person who does know something about cars, and they're going to help me fix the problem. Same thing here. We're here to help, bottom line. I think what I love most about coaching is people, is seeing people's epiphanies, like when they acquire a new skill, or they lift a weight they haven't lifted before, or my favorite ones, I think my favorite ones are something along the lines of, hey, I picked my kid up and I didn't struggle picking my kid up. Like, now for me with children and small children, that hits home, and that's some of my favorite stuff, is to see and hear people's success stories, probably more applicable to daily life stuff. Okay, yeah, the stuff that you're doing here is great, and getting muscle ups and lifting heavy weights and doing that stuff is great, and I'll always high five people and celebrate that stuff. But the things that get me real excited is, hey, I played with my kids and they got tired before I got tired. There's probably an infinite number of ways you can do this. Maybe not infinite, but there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Not the least of which, if you're talking in the context of a group CrossFit class, I guess I can't speak for other CrossFit gyms, but at Iron Hero, one of the things that we provide is we provide 4 different levels of workout. So it's fundamentally the same workout for everybody in the class, but depending on what somebody's fitness level is and experiences and comfort and everything like that, our job is our responsibility as a coach is to point somebody in the right direction and how to put this together in a way that both challenges them and keeps them safe and gets them into a headspace, think that it's gonna be hard, but I can do this and feel better when you're done. Outside of that, it's really a case-by-case basis. Like if somebody's coming in and they wreck their knee running for a bunch of years, okay, well maybe we don't do jumping, bounding things or running things, and we modify it to something else. Like I don't think there's really an all-encompassing right answer there. There's certainly wrong answers, but it's really a person-by-person thing. I would probably tell you the exact same thing. Thinking back to beginner me, I would probably tell you the same thing that I would tell beginner me, which is just go do it. People look for motivation. Motivation, I mean, it ebbs and flows, and it's never going to be. In fact, the longer you exercise, the more of your workouts are going to kind of be, whatever. But it's the accumulation of this stuff over time. And so what I would tell you is just do it. Just get up, go do it, and stop talking yourself out of it. What do they say? The best time to start was a year ago, 10 years ago. Next best time is now. Like, just go do it. I think the best way to start here is to reach out to us. You could certainly email us, info@ironherocrossfit.com, or if you want to email me, chris@ironherocrossfit.com. You can go to our website. You can reach out to us on social media. If our doors are open, you could come in here and come chat with us. But the point is just to start the conversation. We're not a bunch of, well, at least insofar as I'm concerned, we're not a bunch of scary people. I mean, we try to keep it that way. We're here to lift you up and surround you with people that are generally aimed in the same direction as you are. And there's a lot of power in something like that. So what would I say? Just reach out to us, say hi, tell us what your fitness and your health goals are. We're here to help.